this morning. Lewis, good morning, and thanks for your time this morning. Yes, indeed, a day to highlight this, but it is a daily battle for some people to get food into their tummies, isn't it? Do you believe, and I see that you still believe that this can be done by 2030? That's what, 12 years away? Doesn't seem like a long time, does it?
Yes, it is possible. And that is why we, as the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, we are calling all stakeholders to commit themselves to the Sustainable Development Goal number 2, which is about eliminating hunger. And we believe it can be done if we redouble our efforts in addressing this problem. What we are seeing is the drivers of this hunger of late is climate-related hazards. So climate change is a major role to play. We see conflicts. We see systems where the poverty is prevalent. We get more people who are hungry. So we know where the hungry people, what is driving hunger. So if we work together to address those causes of the problem, we can achieve it.
And I suppose, Lewis, the question would be, why are we still seeing those numbers? Because I'm just looking at some comments here from your Director General. Just 3 years ago, in September 2015, it was said that this could be done, that 2030 is the year that we would be able to end hunger. But we've seen that global hunger has grown since then. And if we're looking at latest figures, the number of undernourished people in the world has increased. It increased in 2017. Why would that be? How did that happen if we envisaged back in 2015 that as we get closer to 2030 there'll be fewer hungry people or malnourished people in the world?
That's exactly what I was saying, that the drivers have been conflicts that have erupted, that have emerged in parts of the world. That's where the hungry people are found. In climate change, the effects of climate change, the negative effects of climate change, we've had droughts. For Southern Africa, if you look at Southern Africa, in 2015, 2016, we had one of the worst droughts that we've ever experienced. And this is driven by climate change to some extent. So we are seeing the prevalence, the frequency of the events that are climate-related, that are not conducive to producing food, increasing. The frequency is increasing, and the intensity of these events is increasing. Right now, this year, in Southern Africa, we're facing another El Nino, which will disrupt the rainfall pattern and reduce the total rainfall available, and disrupt the farming, and that affects the availability of food. So, for one to be food secure, the food has to be available. They have to be able to access it. They have to be able to utilize it.
And the question then, I suppose, is who needs to do what now?
It's everybody, all the stakeholders. Governments have a role to play, a very important role to play. They should pursue peace, make sure that we don't have conflicts as much as possible. Because conflicts are one of the major drivers. And we need to work on sustainable agriculture, food systems that will ensure that we produce now and still produce in the future. We need to work as governments. They need also to invest more in the food systems. Private sector is a very important role to play. They should look at how they can improve their efficiency in the way they are doing things right now, and also to see how they can partner with government to make sure that they deliver on sustainable food systems. They should also see how they can promote local production, local farmers, by purchasing from the local communities. Farmers themselves have got a role to play. They need to make sure that whatever they are doing on their farms, they are being more efficient. They are using the right technologies. All the resources that they use in terms of production, they're doing it in a very efficient way.
And then on the other hand, Lewis,
and lastly, the public has to be playing their role as well, just the public, general public. We need to be conscious of what we eat. We have to eat the right foods, the right amounts, and this is very important because obesity...
That's my next question, is to say how can, on the one hand, we have all this malnourishment, and then we have obesity on the other hand. It's challenges on either end.
Yeah, that's exactly that was going to be my point. What we have a situation right now is that, like I said, hunger, undernourishment is confined to some specific areas, but obesity is spreading all over the world. is increasing all over the world. And it's because basically we are not eating the right foods in the right amounts, and that is what the public can really assist in terms of making it. And the media is very important in this, in making sure that everyone is aware of what they should be eating, the nutritious diet, the health diets, the safe diets that they should be eating, so that they don't get
well, it seems we need to have World Food Day every day, Lewis, to remind people of what we should be putting into our bodies and how we can help others.
Exactly. That's why the government of South Africa actually has got a month this month.
Yes, it is month, World Hunger Action Month, yes.
Well, yes.
Well, it's great that you talk about private sector, because my partner Dan Muyane is going to be joining us later on. He is out at a private sector initiative. He'll be telling us who's doing what in terms of the private sector to try and do their bit to end hunger. Thank you very much. That's Lewis Hove. They're joining us on World Food Day.